it was crazy entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid.
One thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it.
Interview. According to reports, Floyd Mayweather was taken aback upon viewing Terence Crawford's leaked workout video prior to the Canelo bout. According to sources, Mayweather acknowledged that Crawford was more prepared than anticipated and was astonished by his quickness, footwork, and deft combinations. The video has reignited curiosity and conjecture about the crucial matchup.
That we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off.
Respected boxing commentator Jeff Mayweather has openly recognized Terence Crawford's extraordinary talent. Jeff made a suggestion that a win for Crawford vs Canelo Alvarez may pave the way for an even more historic bout. He pointed out that Floyd Mayweather is still in incredible shape at 48, and implied that if Crawford outperforms Canelo, there may be no denying the need for a bout with Floyd. Given Floyd's legacy and Crawford's desire for greatness, the idea isn't wholly unrealistic. Jeff's remarks further heightened the already growing attention being paid to Crawford.
Of course, if he gets past Canelo, he can fight as many bums as he wants to, just to make the record.
Do you think he would do that, or do you think he would?
I don't know. He seemed like he's a class act, and he seemed like he'll do whatever he feels. But I don't know. I mean, at what you said, 37?
37, yeah.
37? Yeah, that's still a lot of fights, though.
Yeah, so he'd have 40. So he still need 9 more to pass him. After that, and the way people fight these days.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not.
Terence Crawford has drawn inspiration from Floyd Mayweather's plan throughout his career, which goes beyond technical prowess to encompass brand control and financial freedom. Their exchanges are more than merely ceremonial. Crawford has applied the lessons he learned from Mayweather to his own life. Crawford has created his own dominant identity, while mirroring aspects of Floyd's style. From subtleties of conditioning to mental discipline, they respect one another, and their knowledge sharing is a torch being passed not through retirement, but with unwavering commitment and common values.
Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Floyd Mayweather offered the world a masterclass in defensive technique and control in 2013, when he faced a youthful Canelo Alvarez. That performance was a message as much as a victory. It raised the standard for perfection and revealed the weaknesses in Canelo's game at the time. Every forecast and analysis that Crawford makes as he gets ready to take on Canelo is influenced by that fight.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts, and the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights, and to tell you the truth, I was over the hill.
Floyd Mayweather made a pointed comment that caused some people to take notice by bringing up old rumors about Canelo's previous drug test issues. Mayweather questioned the double standards frequently found in boxing discourse without mentioning specific substances. His remarks highlighted the need for openness and justice and rekindled his discussions regarding performance enhancement in the sport, particularly as Canelo prepares for a high-profile fight against a smaller but more accomplished opponent like Crawford.
But what we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Mayweather provided a playbook in addition to compliments. Floyd emphasized how skill, not force, destroys power in his recollection of his fight with Canelo. He emphasized the importance of timing, ring IQ, and flexibility. He believes that Crawford's methodical approach is what Canelo needs to defeat. Despite his physical limitations, Mayweather thinks Crawford has a real chance because of his smart mind and accurate execution.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, was at 152. Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto, and he had the fight with Oscar De.
View support for Canelo Alvarez is still quite strong, especially among those who value his pride in his country and his historical domination. But there have been indications of deterioration. Critics have noted that his speed and movement have diminished, and his latest performances lack the explosiveness of his best work. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, looks to be playing at his best right now, with his quick reflexes and deft footwork completely intact. This story is made more interesting by the contrast between Canelo's slow decline and Crawford's ongoing rise.
After last night, I think Canelo versus Crawford is a much closer fight than I originally thought, although I do still favor Canelo to win. When this fight was first being talked about after Crawford beat Madrimov and Canelo beat Berlanga, I thought Crawford had around a 10 to 15% chance. I mean, he looked undersized at 154, barely got past Madrimov, and I thought Canelo would be too big, too powerful for him. But you look at Canelo last night, he's declining every single fight. I mean, his volume in the first few rounds was non-existent. He struggled to cut off the ring. He doesn't throw as many combinations. His speed is slower. He hasn't gotten a knockout in 4 years. And that's nothing against Canelo. He's been boxing for 20 years, but he looks 70% of what he used to be in his prime. Whereas Crawford, he's got solid counters, and he can definitely bang some rounds. Now, the reason I do still favor Canelo is Bud hasn't fought at 160 or 168 pounds. You know, he's moving up 2 divisions. He's going to be out of the ring for 13 months. And we just saw Ryan and Haney look extremely rusty off a layoff a couple of days ago. I'm sure that ring rust will affect Bud as well. And not to mention, he is 37 years old. But if I had to make an early prediction, I think this is a 7-5 Canelo type of fight. Originally, I had Canelo steamrolling Bud in 8 to 9 rounds. But this is a lot closer than...
Crawford isn't coming into this fight to adopt someone else's approach. Even though Mayweather outboxed Canelo and opponents, like Gennady Golovkin put his chin to the test, Crawford's special combination AF timing and ambidexterity presents a whole new obstacle. His team understands that Crawford needs to use a specially designed tactic to defeat Canelo, one that throws him off balance and pushes him into uncharted terrain. Winning isn't the only goal of this battle. It involves coming up with new ideas and redefining what it takes to defeat an experienced champion.
We're going to beat Canelo Alvarez. We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there. Why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. While both can have a bit of similarities, the speed, reflexes, technical prowess, counter punching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan, come into a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying.
That concludes the video for today.